I hope I am audible to all of you. Yeah, cool. Valia ma'am and Shweta ma'am, if you permit, we can begin our session.
Yes, sir. We are beginning in exactly 2 minutes.
Okay, okay.
So we will be starting now the session. Okay. One can't pass the sea just by gazing at it. Similarly, one can't pass the UPSC examination by just dreaming about it and gazing at the success stories of previous aspirants. One has to take a step forward to accomplish their purpose and get the courage to clear the test with flying colors. So, a very good afternoon, everyone present here in the meeting. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all here in this webinar today. Our today's session is going to be based on UPSC examination, which is considered to be one of the toughest exams in our country. But yes, if you clear that, you cannot even begin to imagine the benefits and perks and the respect which you will earn throughout your career. So without wasting any further time, I would now like to invite our guest speaker for today's session, Mr. Swapnil Bharat Mungale. He has done BE in Electronics and Telecommunications, BA in Public Services, MA in Political Science. He is also having specialization in leading people and teams from University of Michigan. Besides that, he has enriched experience of competitive examinations of more than 6 years. In last 3.5 years, he gave guidance to more than 4,500 students about these competitive examinations. He also has an expertise in subjects like political science and international relations, economy, science and technology, leadership skills, so on and so on. Sir, it is an honor for all of us to have such an experienced expert like you. Please enlighten us with your knowledge. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Valia ma'am, for such a gracious introduction. It's always pleasure of mine and all of our faculty members to interact with students whenever possible. First of all, I would like to welcome all of you to this session, and I will just clear what we are going to discuss in this particular session. So UPSC as a career opportunity is a very lucrative career. You can get to various different posts and services through this. And UPSC has various myths associated with it. People do find it very difficult. People at times begin to think whether to prepare or not because of the immense level of competition that is there. So basically the competition is all there in all kinds of fields of life, but few of the coveted posts and services like UPSC is definitely one of the toughest exams that are there throughout the country and throughout the globe. So let us try and analyze what this is, how to prepare for that, whether you are fit for that service. And basically, I always call it as a service. We always at Chanakya Mandal Parivar emphasize that this is a service. This is not just a job. This is something bigger than that. And to know what this service is, how to prepare if you want to go into the service, basically who could be eligible and who should try and think about this service. Okay, every service, every career has its own ups and downs. Every career, every service is going to have some advantages, disadvantages. So what are the advantages, disadvantages of this particular service, whether your personality is going to be fit enough for this, etc., etc. We'll try and analyze all these particular parameters, and if you think that yes, this can be a good career choice for you and you can do well in this particular service, at the same time you will find that particular level of satisfaction in this career, then I will also try and give you some of the tips and techniques that are going to be important for you to start preparation of this examination from the right go. So let us begin our journey, and I hope that my voice is completely audible to all of you and my English is understandable to all of you, and you don't have any such problem of understanding or with my voice or with video, anything. Okay, I hope that this is all correct and we will begin accordingly. Cool. So let me begin my presentation. Wherever it is required, I will also use presentation for the same. So I welcome all of you to this small talk program organized by your college with Association of Chanakya Mandal Parivar. We are basically a public charitable trust dealing with the preparation of competitive examinations, career counseling, guidance for the students, and we focus and excel into competitive examinations field. So basically, when we look at the current scenario, the challenges ahead in terms of career are great. You are from different branches, you might be tempted to go into various different careers and jobs, and let me tell you and remind you that all careers that are there in front of you, all the types of jobs, services that you are looking forward to are definitely good. All of them are going to have some kind of a scope or other. Few of them might be having a large scope in terms of employment, in terms of progress, in terms of job satisfaction. Few of them might not be that much lucrative, but every particular job and service that is there because society needs it. And that's why if you are excellent at that particular job or service that you are thinking of, then you are going to definitely have a great career. But for that, you must just try and understand what are the challenges that are ahead. For example, you might know about this particular industrial revolutions that have taken place till now. We can see industrial revolution 1.0, industrial revolution 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. What were these industrial revolutions? These were particular scientific revolutions, scientific inventions, because of which some mammoth change had taken place in a particular development of a particular industry. For example, industry 1.0, it was mechanization. Okay, the development of steam engines. And when that invention took place, entire workforce in a way got threatened, that their jobs might be threatened because of the machines that are now powered by steam engines, and now we can in a way get outcast and these particular jobs will be lost. But contrary to this, something else happened and number of jobs got increased in some other areas. Engineering, for example, steam engineering, power generation, weaving room, etc., etc., various different things. So jobs have already been increasing with each these particular revolution that you are seeing. If we see industry 2.0, where mass production, assembly line, electrical energy. So why this industrial 2.0 revolution took place? Because of the invention of electricity. Steam engine, reliance over steam engine was no longer there. Again, there was a threatened position of various people that they might lose their jobs, etc., etc. But always we are seeing that new kinds of jobs are appearing. Similar the situation in industry 3.0, when computers, electronics were in a way driving force behind this revolution. And now we are living right now in the age of industrial revolution 4.0. It is also called as industry 4.0, which is powered by, which is driven by cyber physical systems like AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data analytics, Internet of Things, networking, all these different upcoming technologies, augmented reality, virtual reality, etc., etc. And this particular situation of pandemic has given rise to this. So in terms of skilling, in terms of future job prospects, there are challenges because of the fact that the job market is changing each and every day. The job market is having new opportunities coming to you every day. And because of all these situations, it is going to be very difficult for anyone to go and get a job just on the basis of their degree syllabus, if they don't upgrade their knowledge base, if they don't reskill, upskill themselves. That's why, be it any career of your choice, be it engineering, be it a science, be it commerce, be it arts, anything, you have to keep on upgrading yourself in terms of skill sets. That is the first thing that I want to suggest you all. This is very, very important. Challenges are immense in terms of civil services like UPSC as well. Why? Because all the governance activities, all the administrative stuff, etc., are going on in online mode on various e-platforms. And that's why governance, administrators, IAS officers, IPS officers also need to enhance themselves, enhance their study skills, enhance their problem solving skills, aptitude, get used to technology, have various different applications which are based on technology. And using all of those things, they are going to definitely try and challenge themselves again and again. And because of all of these things, I just want to reiterate that your faculty members must have made you aware about these challenges that are ahead. But these challenges are going to be definitely enjoyable, because learning is always fun, is what we believe at Chanakya Mandal Parivar. And we know that your college must also be taking similar efforts for you all to make your learning as happy as possible. So let us begin this journey. And what I want to emphasize first, right now, various different courses, various different initiatives are being taken by your college as well. And in terms of that, you might be getting confused which career to choose, which career not to choose. What best formula we suggest students at Chanakya Mandal Parivar is that you listen to all these different kinds of options that are there, because you must be aware about it. Then only you will be able to make informed choice. But what should be decision is that it should be a deliberate process of knowing yourself. We emphasize on knowledge of the self. What is knowledge of the self? What are your strong areas? What are your weak areas? In which particular field of life, in which particular area of expertise you are going to shine brightest. Okay? You have to try and identify that. If you are going to be able to identify that by yourself, that's good. If you're not able to identify it by yourself, you are getting confused, you can take help of numerous different tests that are available, be it various gestalt test, aptitude test, etc., which is going to give you a career graph that is going to be suitable for you. So you can select one of those careers as well. But what you should emphasize is you should understand your own strong points, your own weaknesses, the kind of career opportunity that is going to be there in whichever field you are looking at, where you want to go from right now, and what position, what kind of comfort level, what kind of monetary benefits, what kind of comfort of living. All of these things you should consider and take decisions accordingly. So that's why most important is, as I have focused on the slide in the red letters, is knowledge of the self. You should try and emphasize on that as much as possible. And if you, after this deliberation, will think that UPSC could be a good career choice for you, so I would just remind you that various career options are there, okay, that are there in front of you. And for competitive examinations like UPSC, like MPSC, Maharashtra Public State Service Commission, or UPSC, Union Public State Service Commission, these competitive exams, you can get into these particular services after clearing graduation. You have to give an examination scheduled by this particular commission, and then you can clear the examination and get into the services. So what are these different services? If you want to go into civil services, those are dealing with various civilian activities for the citizens of India. You can get into examinations like UPSC, MPSC. If you want to get into banking, IBPS, RBI, Bank PO exams are there. Defense, CDS, SSB, DRDO, CAPF like exams are also there. Other exams are also there for railways, Maharatna companies, EPFO, LIC, Food Corporation of India. So these are mostly competitive exams. How these exams are different from other exams? Basically, there is no such fixed criteria that if you score 35%, you are going to get through this examination and you are going to get the job. It is not the case. It is a competition. Lakhs and lakhs of students do appear for many of these examinations. And out of those, a fixed vacancy is going to be announced by that particular department arranging for this examination, depending on their needs and requirements. Okay? So because of the fact that success cannot be ensured in this examination, however, you try your level best, because there could be someone else who could be better than you. And that's why you have to be better than yourself. At the same time, you have to be better than most of others to clear this examination. So what is the level of the competition, we will realize. But first, what is civil service? So it is a dream for many of the aspirants. How many? If we want to just get that idea, there are lakhs and lakhs of number of students who appear. Recent statistics that are officially available tell us that around 10 to 11 lakh students do fill up the examination form of UPSC each and everywhere. 10 to 11 lakh students for final vacancies of around 800 to 1000. 800 to 1000 posts that are available. And that's why this remains a dream for many of the aspirants. But here comes the guidance by teachers like us, the institutions like us, which is going to make it easy for you to sail through this examination. Okay? It is biggest responsibility towards the nation is what we feel, because you must have studied, there are political executives, there are administrative executives. So these political executives that are various different ministers at the state and the central level, these are going to be temporary for 5 years. But once you get selected into civil services, it is your responsibility to take the nation ahead for next at least 30 years. Okay? And that's why this is the biggest responsibility towards the nation, and that's why it is not just a job, it is a responsibility of using power judiciously, of using power for the welfare of the people, for emphasizing on the service aspect of it. And that's why this responsibility is towards the common man, towards administration, and it is a challenge for the young aspirants. Why it is a challenge? Because the level of competition that is there. I don't want to make you frightened, but just wanted to give you a reality check. If you are aspiring for UPSC, you are up against a large amount of brightest students that are there throughout the country. Around 10 to 11 lakh students do appear for the same. Out of that, around only 12,000 to 15,000 students clear the first stage, that is the prelims examination. Then they go into mains examination, which is a written examination, in which there are around 12,000 to 15,000 students who appear for the examination, and again they clear only around 2,000 to 2,500 students which clear that mains examination, who appear for UPSC interview, UPSC personality test as it is called as. And once they appear for personality test, then their interview is taken, and what happens is that amongst them around 800 to 1000 vacancies are selected every year, and accordingly posts are filled up. What kinds of services are there? There are different kinds of services in IAS as well. But IAS, IPS, IFS, Indian Revenue Services there, Postal Services there, Telecommunication Services there, multiple services. Around 20 to 24 services each year are announced as per the vacancies that are there in those particular years. But all of these services are not only a good job, it is a very, very good career. It is a stable career. It is a secure career. Why? Because you must have seen in this last year and a half, because of this pandemic situation, large amount of companies, even those were MNCs, big companies, corporates, all of those had to lay off number of students, number of employees of theirs because of the non-performance of business because of COVID. UPSC examination, once you get selected, it is very, very, very difficult to remove you from that job. That's why this career offers a stable and a secure job environment in which you don't have to focus on your job existence, your job market situation. You have to just focus on your excellence in the service. It is a very good service which offers a prominent status in the society, because of the fact that various IAS officers, IPS officers are considered to be one of the creams of the society. They are part of the cream of the society, who are considered to be most talented, most versatile, most experienced, and intelligent officers throughout the country. That's why they have that kind of a status. Their word has that kind of a backing. They have that recognition in the society. At the same time, it is the position of power. It is the position of power. Why it is a position of power? Because, for example, you must have experienced in this particular times that the municipal commissioners that are there throughout various municipalities, various district collectors that are there, have been announcing lockdowns, and people have to follow those. You must have seen those collectors orders, etc., etc. So that power, one signature, and they can completely shut off an entire district. They are doing this for the people welfare itself. There is no denial in that. But why I wanted to emphasize this is that the kind of power that you get once you are a district collector, you are going to be entrusted with responsibility of all the departments within that district. You would be spearheading each and every department. You will be contributing to its various different activities and decision making, and lots of people will be working under you. So power is immense. At the same time, money is also sufficient. And why I'm saying this money, I'm calling this particular money, the source of money, to be a white one only. I'm not talking about black money at all. And I honestly request those particular students who could be thinking in those particular lines, that because of the fact that civil services, I have seen that various officers are corrupt, and it is a way to have a quick buck, and they will earn a quick money in this, etc., etc. There are chances like that, definitely, but that is not what you should be doing after going to the service. If those are your objectives, if you want to earn large amount of money, unlimited amount of money, then you should go and think about business, entrepreneurship, etc. But civil services do offer a good, respectable middle or upper middle class standard of living, because of the kind of money that civil servants get as part of their job itself from the government itself. Okay, so that's why, for example, the starting salary usually is somewhere between 70 to 80,000 when you are going through your training itself. Okay, and the highest salary that is there, usually the highest bureaucrat is considered to be cabinet secretary. Okay, and he gets usually somewhere around 2.5 lakh per month. Okay, in his hands. All different allowances are there, all different benefits, perks, and advantages that a government service has is definitely there. So that's why this is a lucrative choice because of these particular factor. And these are the factors because of which lakhs and lakhs of students aspire to get into the civil services. Okay, and that's why it is a very good career opportunity. But what exactly is needed to become that particular good civil servant is the kind of approach that you need to have, the attitude that you need to have, that attitude of service again, and basic eligibility criteria and guts to take on the competition. Basic eligibility criteria is you need to complete your 21 years of age and you need to have your completed graduation degree. Then you can appear for the examination. So civil services, in that we are specifically talking about UPSC. Okay. In this UPSC, these are various different services that you can go into. You might have discussed, you might have in a way realized various things about all India services. You might know Indian Administrative Service, IAS. So this particular service offers a good career opportunity. District collector, you can become. Indian Foreign Service, you can represent India at the international forums. Like, for example, right now, various discussions are going on whether we would try and have our relations with Afghanistan. Afghanistan, uh, the developing situation in Afghanistan, what kind of chaos is over there, and whether we should be having diplomatic relations with Afghanistan or not, whether we should be communicating with Taliban or not. So these kinds of decisions you will be spearheading. If those decisions are taking place, you will be taking those particular decisions if you are IFS officers. IPS service, because of various movies like Daban, it has got that kind of attraction. IPS service, you know what it is. At the same time, I would recommend you watch sensible movies like Article 15 as well. Article 15, this movie definitely highlights various nuances of this IPS service, and it is not only about law and order situation, but it is also about our social duties towards the citizens. Okay, various things are there. Other group A services are there: postal and telecommunication account service, audit and account service, revenue service. So these are usually various services which are related to finances, customs, excise, income tax, Indian Revenue Service, IRS service, income tax service is there, defense account service, postal service, civil account service, etc., etc. So these are various services based upon your rank, based upon number of vacancies, and based upon the marks that you have got. You are going to be allocated one of these services based on your preference as well. Okay? But if your preference is there and you are not eligible because of your marks, you will be allocated the next service in order of your preference. So accordingly, you can get into one of these services. If we see next, there are various other examinations that are also there in terms of UPSC. There are exams like CDS, there are exams like CAPF, etc. But all of these examinations will need a separate tackling of the same, and it is not that much possible to have that kind of a coverage in one session itself. So if needed, we might, if it is possible, we might conduct few other sessions as well. So what I would do now onwards is that I would try and emphasize on few of the aspects of UPSC examination. What is UPSC? What are different stages in UPSC? And what you can do as part of your preparation for completing UPSC preparation. So I would just like to highlight few of the things that in UPSC there are three stages as discussed earlier. One of those stage is that you would need to prepare for 3 stages of the examination. First is prelims examination. It is MCQ based examination. MCQ. Multiple choice questions are going to be there. There are going to be 2 papers, one of general studies and another paper of CSAT. So what is the general studies and CSAT? So general studies are basically the subjects that are there, like history, like geography, like polity, science and technology, art and culture. So all of this general studies is having that component of, in a way, general knowledge that any particular aspirant should have once he wants to go into the service of UPSC, because he needs to deal with all these different factors. That's why that particular syllabus is going to be there. I will try and highlight the syllabus as well in front of you if it is possible. But basically, I just wanted to first highlight the nuances of the examination, different stages of the examination. So as you can now see on the screen, these 3 stages are there: prelims, then mains, and then interview. And finally, this interview takes place in UPSC's office at Delhi. So nature of the examination is like this: prelims examination. It is MCQ based examination, general studies and CSAT, 100 questions and 80 questions each. And there are 2 marks for each correct answer, 2.5 marks for each correct answer in CSAT and GS accordingly, as you can see. And incorrect answer negative marking is there. 1/3 negative marking is also over there. So in paper 1, that is general studies, you can see current events is there, history is there, geography syllabus is there, polity is there, economy is there, environment is there, and general science. So these particular points of syllabus are there in general studies. In CSAT, it is only a qualifying paper. You just have to score 1/3 of the marks. That is, out of 200, you just have to score 66 marks. Those are enough. Okay. But what is there in that particular syllabus? Logical reasoning, decision making, basically mental ability test that you might have undergone in your 4-7 scholarship exam or MTS, NTS like examinations. Basically, those type of questions are going to be there in this paper 2. And cutoff usually varies according to categories. And marks of general studies are only counted paper 1 syllabus. So out of 200, you have to somewhere score around 100 to 105 marks to get through, as you can see the cutoff. Okay. And once you clear that examination, what happens is that you appear for the mains examination, which is a written examination having these many papers. Out of those as well, any Indian language, most of you might be having Marathi, few of you might be having Hindi as your Indian language, and English. These are again qualifying. You have to score only 25% marks in this particular 2 papers. Even if you score 50%, you are good. Even if you score 40%, you are not bad. Okay. So these marks only you have to score 25 or more than that, not below than that. Okay. And these papers, next papers that are there, these 7 papers do carry large amount of weightage. Essay is there, general studies paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4, and then optional subject. So in total, 1750 marks are going to be there for which you need to prepare. And these are not objective exams, these are subjective examinations. In 3 hours, you have to write 250 marks content. So it is going to require you large amount of writing speed. You have to have that kind of a knowledge on tip of your fingers so that you can quickly analyze and quickly write the analysis that is required to be written. And in total, you have to write it for 1750 marks. And then there comes the interview stage for 275 marks. So these essay, general studies, paper 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. That syllabus is also there. Basically, same syllabus of GS in detail. Indian history, geography, society, governance, polity, constitution, international relations. Then there is economy, environment, disaster management, science and technology. Then this comes interesting paper of ethics, integrity, aptitude. They want to test your character, how you are trying to solve the problems in this particular paper. You will be given a situation like, for example, you are an authority who want to give ration to poor people. You are authorized to do that. And what happens is that one of the poor lady comes to you and she is not having proper ration card, proper documentation, etc. But you see that she is a needy person. Then what would you do in such a situation? And then you are expected to write down the answer in 250 words in detail. So these are the things that are going to be required in GS4. And these kinds of papers are going to be there. And then finally, the final stage is going to be of interview. You can see here various experts taking interview. So this interview is a mock interview for practice of the student. Sitting in middle on the panel is Avinash Dharmadhikari sir, who himself has been ex-IS officer of Maharashtra cadre of 1986 batch. He is the founder director of our institution, Chanakya Mandal Parivar. He takes interviews of the students for mock interview for their practice. And then finally, they appear at the UPSC interview. There is General Shekatkar sir, who is also expert on defense. India's defense policy right now is being shaped by him. Okay? There is another member of his committee itself, Shekatkar committees. Kulkarni sir is there, Bhalla sir, who was ex-secretary of Lok Sabha. He has been a recent IRS officer of 2008 batch, Arjun R sir. Various experts such going to be there who are going to make you practice your interview first. So these are different stages. I wanted to just have a quick analysis of this so that you are clear about what kind of challenges are going to be there in this examination. But when you are going to think about whether you are suitable for that, so let us try and analyze that, whether you would be suitable for this kind of a job or not, and whether you should be taking up this opportunity. So as you can see, is there a perfect stream that people from science, commerce, or arts should only apply for that? With the experience that we have throughout the number of years in last 25 years, more than 25 years of our operation of our institution, we have seen people from any particular stream, be it science, commerce, arts, medical, engineering, any unconventional field as well. There is no perfect stream which guarantees that you will get through the examination, and there is no particular stream by having which you won't be able to crack the examination. So any stream is okay. What you have to do is knowing yourself, what are the strength points, what are the non-strength point of yours, which you can convert into your strength points and try and prepare accordingly. What are basic things? For example, does past educational experience matter? It doesn't matter that much. Few of the students have that particular misconception that because of the fact that I have that kind of a proper background in academics, that I am always a topper, I'm always scoring more than 90%, more than 95%. That's why it's going to be a cakewalk for me. I'm going to clear the examination with ease. It's not the case. Also, for the students who have been consistently scoring average marks, 65, 70 marks, 75% marks, and that's why they're not confident enough. That's why they think that this is the job of intelligent people and I'm not one among them. It is also not the case. UPSC is a great equalizer. It gives simple opportunity, equal opportunity for each and everyone to prove their mettle. Why I'm saying this? Because the nature of the subjects, the nature of the questions are so wide that anybody with full level of preparation is not going to be able to solve each and every question. That's why everyone is going to have that kind of a chance to clear this examination with ease if they are following a proper plan and strategy and they are outshining others. That is the prerequisite. So what to do for that, for example? So is it first of all possible to make it in the first attempt? Because you might have heard few students who have required 5, 6, 7, at times 4, 3 attempts, etc. But there are always 7 to 10% of the students who clear the examination in their first attempt itself. For example, these are the few of the recent examples. Tina Dabi, you might have heard about her. Probably she's a famous celebrity IS officer of a kind on various social media platforms as well. She cleared the examination in 2015 at the age of 21. These are two students, Vaibhav and Mandar, have been students of Chanakya Mandal Parivar. Vaibhav cleared his examination in the first attempt itself at the age of 21 in the year 2018. And Mandar cleared the examination in the first attempt itself in the year 2019 at the age of 22 again. Okay. So it is possible to clear in the first attempt. Yes, definitely. Many students have done it in the past. But what has been the common trend is that they have started at the earliest possible time. So what to do is that you have to try and start at the earliest possible time that is possible. And if you start early, you are going to have that beginner's advantage behind you, because of which you will get ample amount of time to prepare for vast subjects that are there in UPSC preparation with the full amount of preparation that is possible. At the same time, there are various different myths that are associated with UPSC. Like, for example, that you have to know each and everything under the sun. In a way, it is a phrase that is used. UPSC can ask anything under the sun. It is not the case. There is a fixed syllabus based on which the questions are going to be asked. For example, people think that they have to read at least 3 or 4 newspapers every day. It is also not the case. Reading 1 or 2 newspapers every day to keep yourself updated with the current affairs that are happening around are going to be okay. So these kinds of confusions can be there in your mind if you are starting to prepare for competitive examinations. But in the earliest phase, what you should be doing is that you should be trying to clear these kinds of confusion and have that certain attitude in your mind that yes, these are the minimum basic things that you need to do if you want to clear the examination. And if you do those well, then it is going to be very much easy for you to get over it. So what can be these particular certainties? You have to rely on previous year question papers and focus on the preparation of previous year question papers. Where you will get the previous year question papers? You can simply go on to UPSC's official website, which is upsc.gov.in, as you can see on the screen. In that, if you go in the examination section, there is a section of previous year question papers, answer keys, cutoff marks, etc. You will get a clear idea what kinds of papers have been there. So various different papers of various examinations conducted by UPSC are going to be there. What is going to be important for you is civil services examination conducted by UPSC, through which you can become IAS officer, Indian Foreign Service officer, IRS, IPS, etc., etc. So you have to have that kind of a command over syllabus and previous year question papers, which will turn off various doubts that could be there in your mind and various confusions that could be there lingering on your mind. So once you get rid of these particular doubts and issues, you will be better able to prepare. So in that preparation, what you should be doing is that you should try and start with the beginning of basic NCRTs or state board subject books. 6 to 12th basic NCRTs of especially 3 to 4 subjects. Polity is important. Polity. Then economy is there. History is there. Geography is there. These 4 subjects, polity, economy, history, geography, are going to be very, very important. Once you master these subjects, then you can go on to read the standard reference book like M. Lakshmikant for polity, like Nitin Singhania for art and culture, like Spectrum for modern history, like G.C. Leong for geography, etc., etc. They will help you out whenever you require. Even if you are there in the batch, even if you are not there in the batch, we are not here to promote. We are here just to help you out in if you are thinking about the examination. So we'll help you out in this particular reading books as well. But while starting, you should be trying to focus on NCRT reading. After that, what you should try and do is that make yourself habitual to read at least one newspaper consistently here onwards. Okay. And that must be somewhere around the Hindu, the newspaper on the bottom right corner that you can see, or this Indian Express, the Sunday over here, written over here. Out of these newspapers, these are recommended because of the fact that they have large and wider coverage of different subjects that are asked in UPSC examination. That's why this must be preferred. And if you want to read a particular local daily newspaper, then you can choose either of the Lokasatta that is over here, or you can use Sakar that is not in the screen at the moment. Okay, but you should be referring to Lok Satta or Sakar if you are trying to learn through a vernacular language of use. At the same time, UPSC examination, because of its level of competition, this is the right age. All of you people are undergraduate people. So that's why it is the right and opportune age for all of you to enhance your study skills. Why enhancement of study skills? Because many of the students do require to invest around 6 to 8 hours at least of self-study each and every day to crack this examination. And if you will be able to have a better command over your study skills, what are study skills? Like reading speed. If your reading speed gets enhanced, if your writing speeds gets increased, automatically you are going to be able to better produce results in shortest amount of possible time. That's why this is the right time to start enhancing your study skills as well. There are proper kinds of techniques that are available for increasing reading speed, writing speed, communication skills, etc., etc. And we will be there to help you out if you need any of such particular guidance as well. At the same time, this journey is also full of challenges and stress, and that's why you have to try and manage your stress accordingly in terms of various different relaxing opportunities that are there. Examination is there, but you just not need to focus only on the examination part, only on the competition part, but you have to have a social life. You have to have your friends and parents to talk to relieve your pressure. Okay, but all of these activities should have a time limit, and majority of your time should be devoted to civil services preparation if you are seriously thinking about it. Because of the level of competition that is there, all activities you are doing in your life should be in a way somehow helping to make your performance better in the examination. How? Socializing with people and friends will help you out because it will release your stress. It will make you go out of that zone, relax for a while, and come back again with the same amount of energy. And for that, for stress management, you can socialize, you can have practices like yoga, meditation, various different kinds of meditation that are there, or mindfulness like practices. And you can try and practice all of those things and accordingly manage your stress. Okay. So ideal daily routine should be tried to be followed: waking up on time, sleeping on time, reading particular reference books that are difficult for you in the early morning itself, trying to read newspapers, make notes out of that, trying to refer to various video sessions, various webinars that are available for UPSC preparation, etc. So this should be your ideal routine, basically, that you are waking up on time. Ideal morning time you are utilizing for your hardest possible subjects. Then you're reading few lighter current affairs as well. Then you are making notes on that. You are having a writing practice in the afternoon. Also in the evening, if it is there, you can attend online classes. You can attend offline classes if it is needed for you. If you can watch few of the documentaries, few of the current affairs related important discussions by various diplomats, various experts on various news channels like Rajya Sabha TV, you can watch that and sleep. If you are finding it difficult to watch particular things on video and sleep because of various different stresses of using digital media, you can use it in the morning, and you can keep the reading, physical reading part in the evening as well. That is according to your preference, but this should be your ideal daily routine, in which you should be trying to invest while you are doing your graduation, while you are still completing your studies of other exams as well, other degree courses as well. At that time you should be trying to invest around 4 to 5 hours each day in this particular manner to utilize for preparation of civil services. But once your examination is there of civil service of UPSC next year itself, suppose 2023, suppose 2022, then in last that 1.5 year or so, you would need to study for at least around 8 to 10 hours of quality studies I'm talking about. Then it will be easier for you to crack the examination in the first possible attempt. What you need to ensure that you're not doing is you should not be neglecting your graduation studies, because those marks are important from point of view of UPSC interview. They can ask you questions based on that. At the same time, for career backup option, because we have seen 10 lakh student appear, only 1,000 get selected. So what about other students? For them, career backup option can be their graduation studies and that career. At the same time, what you should not be doing is that you should not get too tensed and forget about social life, etc. You should try and focus on your life. Also, don't follow the herd because of the fact that these particular toppers said that you should follow this strategy, you are following that strategy. It should not be the case. You should try and learn from various people, but implement whatever is best for you according to your personality, according to your study habits, according to your upbringing and type of study skills that you have, and try and adopt accordingly. If you are best at note making, you should make notes. If you are best at revising from the books, you should try and do that. Whatever is suitable for you. But few essential practices are that you should not be neglecting, like making notes, like having a good answer writing practice, having a coverage of all the points of the syllabus without leaving anything behind, and at the same time trying to do something for MCQ solving practice, intensive MCQ solving practice, answering interview questions, etc. So these are few of the do's and don'ts that you should be following. Okay, so this was basically what I wanted to tell you from my point of view about the UPSC, about the exam, what kinds of skill sets that are required, what kinds of techniques that you should be implementing to prepare for that at this particular age. According to age, when you become older, when you become eligible, when you become 21 years old, when you are going to appear for the next year's examination directly, I will be better help. I will be of better help to all of you by having those particular specialized strategies that you want to, in a way, communicate, that you want to master, you want to practice, and we will be there for you. Basically, you can ask your questions by raising your hand or in the chat box as well. Meanwhile, what I would do is that I will try and ensure that you are, if you want to study it further, if you want to know it further, these are the few of the videos that you can watch. How I cleared UPSC prelims 4 times in a row, Shailesh Ganmode, one of our faculty members. That video is available on Chanakya Mandal Parivar's YouTube channel. Again, AR4, Himanshu Jain, who came fourth in the country. He was also a student of Chanakya Mandal Parivar, and I have taken his interview over here about his strategy, how he has used his strategy. And it was his second or third attempt, I guess. Okay? And then there is Simi Karan as well, who scored rank 31 in the country, and she also cleared UPSC in the first attempt at the age 22. She was also our student. So these are the recent toppers. I have not included other toppers as well. You can watch those strategies as well, but this will give you more clarity. These videos are available on YouTube. You can just have a quick screenshot of the same, so that if you can go home and watch those videos as per your time as well. Okay. At the same time, if you want to know more about courses, if you do want to know more about our organization, you can visit our website, chanakyamandal.org, chanakyamandal.org, and you can go on get our entire thing on internet as well. And if you want to contact for any of our office departments, you can contact on this particular number. If you have any doubts, if you want to talk to me, if you want to talk to any other faculty member for any kind of guidance, or else you can visit our branches. We have 3 branches, first 2 in our Pune, and the last one that is there in Mumbai near Sion. Okay, near Science Circle itself. So you can contact and get in touch with us accordingly. But now this is the time for your questions, and I will be happy to answer each and every question of yours. So if you are having any particular question, you may definitely tell me, and I will be more than happy to help you in that. Isha is asking for optional subject in paper 6 and 7. What are the subjects? Yes. So I will issue the list as well in front of you of the optional subjects that are available. Multiple optional subjects are there, out of which any of the optional subject that you are comfortable with, you can choose. You can see the optional subject range from agriculture, anthropology to mathematics as well. So this is the list. You can have a small screenshot of the same for your further reference. But most of the subjects that you would be preparing right now, you would be having your graduation degree in, are going to be there somewhere over here. And out of that, only one subject, according to your preference, according to your choice and comfort level, you can choose. Okay. And this subject requires specialized study, optional subject. The number of questions, the depth of the questions is also quite more. And that's why you should be choosing this subject only in case if you're confident about that subject, that you will be able to do best justice to that subject. You should be choosing that subject only in this particular optional subject selection. Yeah, Sakshi is asking, how can I know which books to use for studying? So there are various books that are used for studying. Various different toppers suggest various different books as well. So what I would recommend you is that watch 2 particular videos which elaborately suggest what are different books to be referred for UPSC studies. So I would specifically highlight these particular 2 videos to each and everyone who is interested in having this knowledge to go through these 2 particular videos. So he is our expert faculty, Anand Bhatia sir, who teaches various subjects at CMP, and he has made this essential book list for those students who are appearing in the next year itself. Those students who are going to give their attempt in 23 or 24, for them extended book list, they can go into depth. For them, another video is also there. This detailed explanation is there, which books to refer to, which books not to refer to, etc. Sakshi, you can get from this particular videos over there. There is someone else asking, Chirag. Chirag is asking, do Chanakya Mandal provide training for UPSC exam? Yes, we do provide training for UPSC examination. We have our entire year-long course for the same. For those students who are going to appear in the next year's examination, also those students who are still in the graduation, we offer them preparatory course in which we clear their basic concepts. We make them habitual to studying current affairs. We give them such kinds of guidance as well. So these kinds of courses are also available. You can contact our office or you can get in touch with me. You can go onto our website to know the all these particular courses as well. Yes, Chirag. Anyone else having any other kind of question regarding preparation, regarding courses, whether to join class or not, anything, any kind of question, or how to have a self-study as well, any kind of question is welcome, and we will be happy to answer that. Shailesh is asking about SSC. So SSC, usually SSC examination is for various Group B services. Okay, various Group B services that are there, which a staff selection commission chooses for the students, Group B, Group C, Group D services like steno, like constable, etc., various different positions. Again, these particular examination do have the particular kind of syllabus, examination, scheme of examination that is little different. But if you prepare for SSC CGL separately and if you prepare for UPSC separately, you will find that there are various different points of common points are there in both the syllabus. So again, if you see SSC CGL examination, combined graduate level examination, in that there are points of syllabus like general intelligence and reasoning for 50 marks, general awareness for 50 marks based on current affairs, numerical aptitude and English comprehension for 50 marks each. Again, GS and CSAT. Similar portion is going to be there. And for this examination, again, there is a detailed syllabus that is available on SSC CGL exam website, that is ssc.nic.in. And for that as well, you need to prepare accordingly. But what we suggest usually to the students is that focus on UPSC first so that you have that large base. And once you master UPSC examination, once you have gone through the each and every point of syllabus by mistake, because of few marks here and there, you can't clear. In case you can't clear UPSC examination, all other examinations options are open in front of you, because nature of similar questions is going to be there. All the questions are going to be on the similar lines. Okay. There are going to be few of the differences, definitely. The approach of the examination, the type of questions, few particular subjects are also going to be different, but those are going to be somewhere around 20-25% difference. Other particular questions are going to be on the similar lines. So our suggestion would be to best prepare for the UPSC examination first. Aniket is asking about PSI examination. So there is a combined examination for PSI, STI, and ASO like examinations. Day before yesterday, not day before yesterday, on Saturday, this particular Saturday itself, that combined examination of MPSC has taken place. And in that examination, again, the similar nature of the syllabus is there. In mains, they don't have the detailed answer writing that is required in MPSC. For MPSC, only objective level examination is there in mains as well, where you have to tick only right answer on the MCQ sheet, okay, OMR sheet. Isha is asking, I want to go for IRS and want to get my optional subject as law. So is there a good scope for it? Yes, definitely. IRS is a very good service. It is a versatile service. IRS, there are two services in IRS. One is customs and excise, wherein you get to be posted on various checkpoints, airports, shipyards, etc., wherein you tackle and monitor various different incoming goods and outgoing goods as well, for smuggling, for tax evasion, etc., etc. At the same time, various office postings are there, wherein you are part of policy formulation for import export as well. At the same time, if you're thinking about IRS IT, okay, so income tax, so you must have seen a Raid movie of Ajay Devgan, wherein he is raiding various different corrupt people who have garnered large amount of wealth. So that is one of the part of their job. But other parts are also there, which is a desk level job as well, in which you have to deal with various accounting techniques. You have to go through various different accounts, files, etc. So that is a mix of on the field job as well as desk job. So it is a good career opportunity. And you, if you want to take up law optional, it is also good optional subject. You can definitely take up. Right kind of guidance if you get, you will be able to clear the examination. Sakshi is asking, so the procedure for applying for the examination. So examination usually is in the month of May or June. Okay. And the notification for the same, that is application form for the same, usually gets publicized in the month of February. So it is announced on Chanakya Mandal Parivar's social media channels, as well as on other social media channels and on UPSC website as well. So once it is announced, you can fill up the online application form and appear for the examination accordingly. Kamlendra is asking about Group B services. So what is the difference between Group A and Group B services? So basically, it is in terms of what kinds of salary, perks, positions that you are going to get, how your promotions are going to proceed, etc., etc. So all of these things are going to be different in terms of Group B services. But Group B services also offer good opportunity. And for that, various state level examinations like MPSC, like Bihar Public Service Commission, like UPPSC, Uttar Pradesh Public State Service Commission, etc. So all the states have their different public service commissions, and you can prepare for their examinations. It depends on for which state you have had a domicile and in which state you are comfortable working in, you can apply for the same. Isha is asking, actually, sir, I'm going for 3-year LLB, so I was confused between taking law or economics as I want to go for IRSIT. So even if you want to go for IRSIT, it is not mandatory or it is not advisable that you should be doing economics optional only. It is not the case. Optional subject, because of the fact that it carries large amount of weightage in the selection in the examination process, it has to be chosen on the basis of your expertise that you currently have, based upon which you will be able to get maximum possible marks, because that is the first requisite that you are going to be having. And once you enter into IRSIT, there is definitely going to be good amount of training that you are going to get, which is going to prepare you for the service, for actual part of the job. And it's not needed to have economics degree for the same. Yes, Isha. Cool. Any other question anyone is having? Aniket is suggesting that he wants us to take a session on MPSC examination. So if time permits, we'll get in touch with Valia ma'am, Shweta ma'am, and if time permits, we'll definitely arrange such a session as well, which will be conducted in Marathi because of the fact that MPSC is the examination of Maharashtra and those interested students can participate. We can coordinate accordingly if time permits and your institute permits, definitely. Yes. I think that most of the students' questions are answered, and there are no new questions that are coming up in the chat box. So I think that we can wrap up for today, and you can continuously, if you're having any issues, you can contact me personally as well. I can give my number in the chat box. So if any one of the students want to get any of their doubts cleared, they can contact me on WhatsApp first, and then I will be able to allocate you time accordingly, and we will have a telephonic conversation as well if it is needed. Sure. Yes, Viraj.
Sir, thank you so much for sparing your precious time and contributing in such a beautiful manner. This session was a marvelous session, and I definitely hope that students have a lot to take back from your experience. And we would love to take this forward and look forward to more opportunities where we can collaborate. Thank you. Thank you, students, for joining, and you have been a great audience. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you all. Thank you.
So we disconnect. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. See you all. Bye bye.
Much, sir.
Students, I have put the feedback link in the chat box. Please fill that feedback form so that we understand what else we can do in future. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye.